So I did a previous video and I was being sarcastic and I was saying I said, tariffs are on, tariffs are off, up is down, down is up, blah, blah, blah. It was my last video. It was kind of short. And of course, I had the God King worshiping sycophants coming into my comments and saying things like, oh, you wouldn't understand. I'd explain it to you, but you wouldn't understand, which I thought was hilarious. But I just want to clarify, I do have a podcast on YouTube and the link is in my bio. And I pay very close attention to everything that is going on. And I know exactly what's happening. I was being sarcastic. I am not confused. I know exactly why, he is doing the things he is doing, but he's causing so much chaos and it's so ridiculous and I'm just over it. And I just, you get to that point where you're just like, well, what can you do besides make a joke about it and be sarcastic? Because if you don't laugh, you'll cry. And, everything that's happened in this regime, which I will never call an administration because it's a regime, everything that's happened has just been all bad. And not one good thing has come out of this regime. And, I don't care how you try to twist it. I really do. It does blow my mind that anyone in their right mind with any brains at all could still support him or even ever supported him. But I was well aware, a lot of us were, there was a lot of us that were well aware of everything that was going to take place if he won. And we spent a lot of time trying to warn people and trying to tell people what was going to happen. And now it's all happening. And all of this terribleness and horribleness and dumbassery that's been happening since January 20th. And there's people that are still defending it and supporting him. And it just blows my mind. It just does. And I made a video that's on my podcast about a friend of mine who I got into a discussion with on Facebook, and she is a Trump supporter, and she's a very nice person and a very good-hearted person, and we've been friends a long time, but I haven't seen her in a long time. But it didn't matter what I had to say. It didn't matter what kind of facts that I gave her. She defended him on every turn. And I just don't understand it. And it really is a cult. It's a cult. I feel like all of these people are just brainwashed. And then they try to say that us who point out all of the madness that we have Trump derangement syndrome. And I'm like, oh my gosh, if anybody is deranged, honey, it is you guys. You guys are deranged. He is deranged. I mean, really, really. It's like projection much, and it just never ceases to amaze me though. I'm just like, how can anyone in their right mind support this? I don't understand it. I really don't. And I've never seen anything like it. And one of the things I said in my video is I said that in any time with any president, no matter who it is, whether I voted for them or not, and it could have been the person who I thought was my all-time favorite president or person or whatever, if they did something that I didn't like, I didn't just defend it or try to, or if they did something that wasn't good for the country, I was more than willing to point that out, and it's like most normal people, that's what they do. Like, and they go along with everything that he says and everything that he does, no matter how idiotic it is, they go along with it. And it doesn't make any sense. And I just wish this would all be over. I just wish it would be over. I just want it to come to an end. And every day I get up and I check my YouTube and check the news and what's going on. And I'm like, has he been removed from office yet? Is he still there? Every morning I have a little slimmer of hope, you know, a little shimmer of hope for like a few seconds until I see that there's no big breaking news about him being, because, you know, there's just so many crimes that have been committed. So it could be a myriad of things that he could be arrested for or removed from office for because, you know, he has violated so much of the Constitution. So I just keep waiting for something to break, but it never does. And so, yeah. But I want to remind everybody April 19th, Saturday, April 19th, is another nationwide protest put on by 5051. I haven't checked yet to see where it's going to be and around where I live. I know the first one that they did, I went to, it was at my state capital. So I'm going to probably assume it's going to be there again, but it doesn't matter where it is, I'll go. I drove all the way up to DC for a protest, so drove 9.5 hours, my daughter and I did. So, but the 19th is another big one, so we all got to get out there, make our voices heard. Everybody have a great night. Bye.